Simon Fellabats, and welcome back to Theme Deck Corner. Today we are going to be taking a look at the second deck in Ultra Prism, and that is Imperial Command. And this one's featuring Empoleon, our Stage 2 Water-type Pokemon. This big old penguin has 160 HP. He is one big bird, if I ever tell you. He's also got fantastic attacks. First one being Total Command. This is going to be your main damaging attack. For one water, one colorless, you are going to do 20 times the amount of bench Pokemon in play. This is both yours and your opponent's. The more bench Pokemon you have, the more damage you're going to do. The more bench Pokemon that they have, the more damage you're going to do. Up to a total of 200 damage, but more than likely you're going to have about 100 depending on how many Pokemon you yourself are playing. You also have Whirlpool. If you want that consistent damage, you at least can hit for 90 for 2 water and a colorless, and the additional perk of discarding an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon, which is really, really good. Again, it comes down to situational. If you know you can't knock out your opponent based on the bench space, you can at least go for Whirlpool and try and slow them down that way. So, in my opinion, Empoleon's a really good Water-type Pokemon. Now, as you can see, which is really nice to see, this is an all-Water-type deck. It's really nice to see in theme decks. They're starting to really come together. They're more consistent, they're more fine-lined, and for newer players, these are way better to pick up than a lot of the stuff we've covered in the past. Starting our current water lineup, you have, of course, the powerful Alolan Sandslash, 110 HP, water type. You are not going to be trying to put this thing in the front runner, though. You want this guy on the bench for his Slush Rush ability. Once during your turn, you may draw an additional card. This is really, really strong because it does give you some pressure. Keeps you up to guard when your opponents are trying to keep you at bay. Card draw is always something good. He does have a Smash Turn, 1 water, 2 colors for 50 damage. You switch this Pokemon with one on your bench. I wouldn't recommend energizing up to this. It's just not worth it for 50 damage. But if you got no other choice, you got no other choice. Next on our list is Floatzel, 100 HP, water type, stage 1, has agility, 1 water, it's going to do 30 damage, you get to flip the coin. If heads, prevent all effective attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn, which is not bad for 1 water energy. You then have Aqua Blast, 1 water, 1 colorless, 80 damage, but you have to discard a water energy attached to this Pokemon, which is not great, so Floatzel's not something you want to invest in. It's not something you want to invest in. You do have Corsola, and this guy's a really good supporting Pokemon. 80 HP water type. He is a basic. Call for family. You get to go for 1 good old colorless energy, and you get to search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon and put them into your bench. It's not bad, not bad. If you're having a struggling time getting your Peplups or your Sandshrews or whatever you're looking for, you can do it. We do have a Manaphy in this deck, which is cool. You got 70 HP water type here with Deep Currents. For 1 water energy, you get to shuffle 5 water energy from your discard pile back in your deck, which is really good. It does synergize well with Floatzel, so if you do have to use Floatzel as your main attacker, you can switch over to Manaphy for 1 turn and at least get those energies back. Then you also have Water Pulse, 1 water energy, 20 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is asleep, so maybe go for the Water Pulse and then Deep Current. Either way, it's up to you. Next up, and our final Pokemon of the deck is going to be Abomasnow, 130 HP, stage 1, water type, has Blessings of the Frost. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, during your turn, you may attach a water energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. So, you can evolve Abomasnow, but you do not have to attach the energy to Abomasnow. You can attach it to, say, your Empoleon, or your Floatzel, or whatever you have currently in the active position that needs that energy, or whatever you're trying to set up. You can at least do it that way. Now you do have Hypno Hammer for 1 water, 3 colorless, you are going to get 80 damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is going to be asleep. So Abomasnow isn't totally written off in terms of the attack, it's just not the easiest investment to get into. Now that covers our water types. We do have a ton of cool trainers coming up, starting with the Aqua Patch. Attach a water energy from your discard pile to one of your benched water Pokemon. This is very nice, because like I said, if you do happen to have to use Floatzel, you can at least get a water energy back onto one of your water types. It's fine. It may not be the active Floatzel, but let me get something else. We have that Escape Rope, essentially Guzma, but you can't choose your opponent's Pokemon. They pick whatever comes in, and then you pick what comes in. So brand new combat. Then you've got the Rescue Stretcher, pretty much a staple now in most decks. You get to put a Pokemon from your discard pile back into your hand, or shuffle 3 in combination back into your deck, which is really, really nice. Again, it comes down to the decision. Usually you're going to put 1 and put it into your hand. We've got Timer Balls, flip 2 coins for each head, search your deck for an evolution Pokemon, reveal it, put it into your hand. We have been hit so well with this one, and then so badly with this one. This is an alright card all around, and I hope we can have some fun with it today. Next up, we do have the almighty Ultra Ball is in this deck. That's so good. You get to discard 2 of your cards, but if you do, you get to search your deck for any Pokemon you want, reveal it, and then put it into your hand. So that is awesome. We are going to have that. We're hopefully going to be able to get into the good old Empoleon line nice and easy. Going into our supporters, we have Hal, draw 3 cards. We have Lily, you get draw cards until you have 6 in hand. If it's your first turn, you draw up to 8. So she's still the same, just beautiful new artwork with the rainbow, the new outfit. It's a brand new Lily. Next up, we have Pokemon Fan Club, a brand new artwork for this one too. I don't think we've had a artwork version of this since Furious Fist. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if I am. We get to search our deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck afterwards. Then we've got Kukui. Draw 2 cards. During this turn, your Pokemon are going to do 20 more damage, which is really good. It can make or break the damage when it comes to World Tour or Total Command. Really, really essential in that. We have Sophocles as well. Discard 2 cards from your hand if you do draw 4. So we have some card draw. I'll be honest with you. We've played the Garchomp at this point. If you have not watched the Garchomp, please do so. Mock Strike is definitely a deck you want to look into. It's a very fun deck and very, very easy to use. With that being said, this one here definitely has a few more supporters that are more situational and a little bit more resource management. It's not like how you could use Cynthia and just put your hand back in your deck and draw 6 more cards. This one here, you have to manage your resources a little bit more, but hopefully it benefits out. We again get to use the brand new item card, the Escape Board. The retreat cost of the Pokemon this card is attached to is 1 colorless less, and it can retreat between Asleep and Paralysis, so that is really nice as well. And then lastly, we have 20 Water Energy, which is fine for me because it's all 1 color. It means we at least have energy to put everywhere where it's supposed to be, and not this whole mishy-mashy 2-color thing. So, overall, I think this deck is going to be a lot of fun. I don't know if it'll be as well as Mock Strike, and again, guys, if you have not watched it, please go do so. But we're going to definitely give this guy a shot, and I think we will have some pretty good matches, nonetheless, on the TCGO ladder. Alright, guys, match number 1 is against Marky Loves Cats! Oh, this is actually kind of funny, because I actually believe if this is the guy I know, I've seen him a few streams before. So we're going to win this coin toss. Good luck to Marky. We're going to see if we can play first here, which is nice. And can I get Pimplup? I do. I get the Primplup. I have at least a little bit of evolution here, which is great. I have an Ultra Ball in back, so I'm going to save one of my Alolan Sandshrews for that Ultra Ball, and I can start setting up energy quite quickly. Of course, we do need to set up and remember that we need bench space, so I will need card draw at some point here. We are seeing, this is against the new Garchomp deck. This is going to be power. My opponent is going to definitely be hurting us quite a bit here. I'm going to hold off on any other cards right now. I have what I need. I've got my energy down. My opponent can easily just drop. He's going to go for a double draw right now, which is huge for him. And let's see. We're going to drop our energy. We can go for a Bubble Beam. And I'm going to hold off on evolving until next turn. I'm just going to go for a nice Bubble Beam. If we land the heads, it's great. We do, so he is going to be paralyzed. He can technically use the board to get him out, because I know it's in that deck. Definitely energizes and goes into Gabite. We will be in trouble. And he does Cynthia, so this is going to be a big turn. But maybe he had nothing else going on, he is going to evolve the Hippopotamus as well. So, play as a Spiritomb. He's actually playing into our hand quite nicely. I actually really like this way of play. So we're going to just discard our Alolan Sandslash and our Escape Rope. We are going to go for Empoleon here. There are 2 of them in the deck. We can just go for a nice evolution here. And hopefully this Lily can get us a bunch of energy. Or not energy, Pokemon. I got technically what I asked for. 20, 40, 60. I do 100 damage. So either way, we are going to go for Total Command. My opponent cannot land the big attack yet with the Garchomp. It does need 3 energy, and I can just Whirlpool to keep it at bay. So hopefully I don't have to worry too much about the bite. Hopefully I can just handle that nicely. Does drop an energy down, and will more than likely go for an Ascension. Does go for a How first, which is fine. I've got some Pokemon now for some additional damage. There's a lot of damage on this board. There's 120, 140. He's gonna evolve. I actually think I knock out his Garchomp if I can get one more Pokemon. Do I risk the water energy though? I'm gonna drop 1. I'm gonna ditch 2 water and hope to draw off of this. So we get an Alolan Sandslash. That's 120. I literally need 1 more. 1 more basic Pokemon, please. That's a Sandslash. Okay. So, we need a Whirlpool. Because I cannot knock him out. Because it does bench Pokemon. So I do 100 based off of his, and I do 140. He's got 150. So Whirlpool is what I have to go for. I will at least remove 1 fighting energy. This means he cannot go for Royal Blades. There's no way I'm taking that much damage. He can go for a nice Quick Dive, which will do 50 to whatever he wants on my side of the field. Sadly, though, it's not until I play the Pokemon Fan Club that I'll actually get the energy, but we actually going to take this game. Empoleon set up. That is where we wanted to be at. And we had the ability to get more Pokemon. We had the ability to just get a whole lot of stuff going. Unfortunately, he brought in the Garchomp a little too early. He needed to, though. It's not a misplay. He needed to get that Ascension off, and he may not have been aware of how much damage Empoleon can do based on his attacks. So, it is what it is. We have taken game number 1. Will game number 2 be not as simple, but, like, will Empoleon just completely outsource everybody, or are we going to struggle a little bit more in game number 2? We'll see in just a moment. Alright guys, match number 2 is against Joel0699, and we are going to be playing against, looks like it's Garchomp one more time, guys. So let's see if Empoleon can handle it. Special treat coming your way. I am going to be trying to get a match together where we pick one of the theme decks and we do a best 2 of 3 against it in our next episode here. So we can go a little bit more further in depth with these theme decks, especially now that you've seen them in play. We're going to see the Weasels here. Because you guys can see that the Empoleon deck can technically beat out the Garchomp. Does have just as much power behind it. It's just a matter of which one do you think would actually win. And let me know in the comment section, what do you believe is the truth? Will a Garchomp win? Will a Empoleon win? We'll see. But either way, I think I have a buddy of mine who's willing to help me out. And we'll be bringing you that either in the next week or like right after these videos. I don't know how it's going to go. But we are going to see. It's my turn. I missed that. I forgot. So I'm going to drop an energy down onto my Weasel. He's got the Young Goose. He's got the Riolu. And I'm actually just going to opt to sacrifice. I'm going to sacrifice that water energy and the Sandslash. Because I can always get the Sandslash back now, and I can Aqua Patch. Ooh, Corsola. Drop that down. I can always Aqua Patch now and get that other Weasel and energy. And now I'm kind of set up. I can hold on to these 2 cards for now, and we're just going to pass. Because next turn we can at least go for a nice Water Gun. We will do 30 damage regardless. We can do 80 if we can manage to land the heads and get the Floatzel, which will be nice because we can knock out the young goose. And depending on what my opponent does go for, he does go for the Lucario, so we can't deal too much to that thing. But it is what it is. We see the fighting energy go down, and he just gets to see my hand. So we are going to drop a nice good old water energy down, and can we get the Floatzel? Yes, we are going to get one Floatzel. That's all that's in the deck anyway, so that's fine. We see we've got 3 Piplup, Pimprup, and the Empoleon are all in line, so that's good. So we're going to grab Floatzel, because that is who we have, is what we're going to deal with. And let's just go for a nice Aqua Blast. We're going to hit him as hard as we can, get rid of that one line immediately, and he's got a Lucario in back. Now, of course, early game is not the best here, because I'm not going to be setting up too much. I've just got to constantly set up this Floatzel. And I do know that he's got the Lucario now in hand, so if he does decide to set that up, that is a decision of his own, and it is. So he will not be able to attack me for the first turn, but he'll be able to do 70 damage to me on the following turn. Actually, he's just going to retreat out to the young goose. So, it is what it is. I will get another knockout. Has no energy in hand, though! And that's literally all we're drawing is energy. So we're going to go for another Aqua Blast. And now we're 1 prize ahead, more than what we should have been. What are we going to get? We're going to get Prinplup. Getting an Empoleon line would be really clutch, but it may not happen. So this Lucario currently still has no energy attached to it. He is actually just going to pass the game. I don't know if I count that one as a game number 2, because he just struggled with energy. But we did get to see Floatzel in action, so just like the Garchomp, I think we're going to go into 3 matches here. Hope you guys are ready for that, because again, these matches have been short, sweet, and to the point. I don't think we've really had a struggling match yet with this deck, and I'm really excited to see how well this deck does in a very hard one-on-one match. So without any further ado, let's do this. Game number 3. Alright guys, game number 3 is here against MC8989. And we're playing against the Hydreigon deck. This thing is going to be a very, very good match in my opinion. Hydreigon's a very strong deck. We're going to win this coin toss though, so this is huge because it does give us that 1 turn advantage. And hopefully we can get Piplup. We don't, but we will be able to get it. My opponent does not have a basic. We have Corsola, which is really good, except I don't get to play Corsola until, or I don't get to call for family until the following turn. So kind of wishing I went second here, but not a big deal. We still get to evolve if we can get something else. We are going to see that my opponent had nothing. I know the deck, so it's okay. My opponent does get a basic here, so if we can get a single Pokemon that is a basic here for Corsola, that would be phenomenal. Phenomenal. Because right now I look like I'm sacrificing 2 water energy, which I don't want to do and I do want to do. I might sacrifice the Floatzel based on what we get. I'm not too worried, but let's get another card. It's going to be another Corsola. Alright. I like to put 2 down just in case. Okay, so we're getting the Lowland Sandslash here. We're going to drop a nice water energy down. And honestly, we had a bunch of Floatzel luck already. I'm going to ditch the Floatzel and the Alolan Sandslash. If I need the Alolan Sandslash later, I can at least get back. I do get a Piplup, which is absolutely phenomenal. And I get a Pokemon Fan Club, which I can't really do anything with right now. So we're just going to pass. Now, my opponent also has Call for Family here, which is really good. They will be ahead of us in that regard, and they do get the How. We're going to try setting up our Piplup in the back, though. All we need is Empoleon, and then we'll have the full line. But we need some draw support, not Fan Club. Don't really need Fan Club yet. I will obviously grab, like, Snover. I might grab the Alolan Sandshrew, so if I do get the Rescue Stretcher, I can get that stuff back. But my opponent has the Oranguru, which is really good. You don't even know how good. So we're going to drop a nice little energy here. We're going to drop this down here. We are going to Fan Club this turn, because then I can drop more cards on the following. So we're going to drop you, and you. And then I can get Piplup off of the turn, or off of Corsola, so that's not too bad. So we'll drop these 2 back into the good old hand here. Drop these down. This way I can get one of the energies. I haven't lost any energy yet. I should have taken an energy. What was I thinking? Either way, maybe I was just a little scared because it didn't have anything going for me. But I gotta hold on to Abomasnow then until I do have an energy in the discard pile. Me retreating will be enough for that. So I can get another Piplup. This way I'll have a fully set up Prinplup. It'll be good to go. Just need to get the Empoleon going. We are seeing evolutions start to spark over on my opponent's side, and he's starting to set up that Houndoom, which is kind of scary. Does go for another Call for Family, able to get another Pokemon of their choice onto the bench, which is fine. Why was my timer still going on his turn? So Aqua Patch is here. I can actually equip that, so the Abomasnow is still going to be useless to me. We are going to retreat into the Prinplup. I got no choice. I want to get some damage off here. Yeah, no, that Aqua Patch actually is not good for me because I can't attach it to the Prinplup. We're just going to attach right here. Get that water energy. We're going to attach it to the Prinplup. And then I am going to Lily here. Hopefully, I can get... I get an Ultra Ball, which is great, because now I can start setting something else up in the back. In fact, I'm actually going to sacrifice both water, because this way I can go for my Empoleon. I can actually fully set up. Now, the problem with this is I'm a little set up too quickly. And who do I want to... Oh, I want the Piplup, obviously. I'm going to grab a water and attach it to Piplup. Okay, so that's cool. And we can just go for a good old Whirlpool. So what is nice is he did set up a lot of damage onto the board for us. So we can one-shot pretty much everything that he wants to set up my way. Now he can Fire Fang me if he has the energy for it next turn. He actually just goes into a Dana, which is fine. I don't really want Sophocles just yet. Because I do want to keep the water energy. I don't need to Kukui. Can you do a lot of... Can you knock me out? No. Cannot knock me out. I'm actually a pretty big penguin. So I'm going to just Kukui so I can get additional cards here. The Timer Ball might be very good to me. Or it just could be 2 flips to the discard pile. Anyway... we're just going to Whirlpool one more time. My damage for total for Total Command is dropping very fast because my opponent is not playing more basics. But we are just Whirlpooling right now, so it's fine. I've got more than 100. Like, I got enough to still knock this thing out. And he can just do enough to knock me. And he will have to put an energy down, so he is going to lose out on his main attacker right now. And only do 90 to me, which is fine. Like, I still got 70 HP. We got a nice Alolan Sandslash here, so we can get some more card draw going. I do want to drop this down. How can I get another Prinplup? Nope. No Prinplup. How about you? Can you get me something that's worthwhile? Water energy is not really worthwhile. So I have to go for Total Command here. This will do a lot of damage. Say goodbye. We are currently 3 prizes away. We are currently destroying my opponent right now, which is not really fair. He's got no energy. He can still draw cards off of Oranguru. So he never wants to put that up in the front. It does bring up the Swellows, and unfortunately does not get any card draw, no energy, no nothing. We are just taking another life with Empoleon. Empoleon's another fantastic deck. Albeit, you have to depend on Empoleon. If you do not get Empoleon, you are in a bit of trouble. Of course, we did have that game where Floatzel did prove me wrong, but I really do believe that was just a bit of odd luck that we had on our part. With that being said though, Empoleon's still a very good theme deck. I think this one is still a ton of fun, very different than how Garchomp runs, and I still recommend buying this deck. Honestly, both decks from Ultra Prism were amazing and they were both fun to play. So if you guys haven't already tried them out yourselves, please do so, recommend it, and like I said, I'll be trying to get a friend of mine together where we can do a best 2 of 3 scenario where we can actually try these theme decks against each other. Now with that being said, I hope you guys have been having a fantastic time here. I know we've had a lot of Fire Emblem on the channel, but don't think TCGO is completely gone. I still have plans for you guys in the future. But that being said, I'm going to get myself out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are brand new here, please hit that subscribe button. It means the world when you guys come out and watch. We are, again, 1,000 bats strong, and as much as I want to say it, it is a pleasure to serve all of you. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. But until then, time out.